Hi, Matt Smith here from mattsmithguitar.com, teaching you grid theory once again. So in front of me I have a periodic table of the elements, and this is a table that is used around the world to help us understand the world around us, and all you chemistry geeks will get that. Likewise, we have a grid of fifths or circle of fourths and fifths that helps us to understand music. So in my earlier tutorial, we talked about the C chromatic scale. We talked about converting it to major, and then we talked about cycling through the keys in sharps and flats according to the whole step, half step, whole step, half step formula. Now, what I would like to do is take a quick look at the fretboard of the guitar and look at the chromatic scale on a fretboard. So here we have it. We see every note on the fretboard. But what we want to do is focus on C. So we have to highlight C as our root. So there's C as the root. And then we can go C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B, C. We could run this in any number of combinations. But what I'd like to do is focus on what this looks like in the first position right here. So we have C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A, etc. Four finger with an open note. You can just hum right up and down this. You have to be careful though right here because we have a B and then a B note, so you don't want to play the two B notes. But anyway, so what we do now is we go back to this and we use this whole step, half step, whole step, half step method. We pull out C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, and that puts us on the zero plane here of our grid. So okay, so what we want to look at is the C major scale. So we have it pulled out the sharps and flats, and we're left with a little smaller pattern, a little more manageable. And you want to play C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, and up and down, and then you want to play from here to here and down, and then from here back to E and down, if you can follow my mouse. You don't want to start on E and end on G and play up and down all the way this way because your ear will not develop. You won't understand the tonal center as well. When you're starting on E and ending on G in a C major pattern, it is a bad idea. It is a really, really bad idea. And most books will show you a pattern like this and say, here is the C major scale, go ahead and practice it. And you practice it, and you just think, this thing doesn't sound right, it doesn't sound good. If you start practicing scales, starting on the root of the scale and ending on the root, your musical sensibility will skyrocket. But we also want to look at the intervals. So over here we have the intervals, basically the numbers of the notes. So when we looked at our grid here, on the top we see numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. And that has given us the note position, or the intervals. So if you see the little P, that means perfect. The little diamond means major. And that's just a way of what we call the interval. So the root to 2 is a major second, root to 3 is a major third, root to 4 is a perfect fourth, and then a perfect fifth, and then a major sixth, major seventh in the root, major second, major third, perfect fourth, perfect fifth, etc. So you want to know the intervals. This is just the pattern. This is a pattern with a little supporting information. You need to know the intervals, so learn those. Know that F is the fourth of C, and etc. And you can always refer to this chart to get your intervals quickly. Now here what I've done is put in the note names, so you can see the note names. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, and then C, D, E, F, G, G, F, E, D, C. You can practice like that and like that. But what I want to talk about now is getting into another key. So if we look back here at our grid of fourths and fifths, we see that the key of C has no sharps or flats. So we have 3 rules. We start on the 5th, sharp the 7th, carry sharps over throughout the grid. So we're going to start on C, we're going to go to the 5th, which is G, we're going to go to G right here, we're going to run the alphabet, we're going to add an F sharp, and that's going to give us the key of G. So our pattern now, we're going to cycle through the G scale. So we're going to set G as the root. So let's do that. There's G as the root. So now we play the scale G, A, B, C, D, E. But guess what? F is sharped, and F is sharped in all positions. So right there we have the key of G. So that's how this works. I'm Matt Smith from mattsmithguitar.com. I'm going to do another video. We're going to cycle through more keys and get a better look, and we're just going to keep going with this train of thought until you know everything there is to know about major scales, modes, building chords, triads, sevenths, ninths, 13th, etc. We're going to get into all of that. So mattsmithguitar.com. If you've learned something, go to my website. You can download charts. You may not get the charts that I'm working with all the charts, but some of them are available. And there's a donate tab where you can donate, because I just do this for free. Anyway, I hope you learned something. Signing off for Grid Theory.